Welcome, all. I'm from Next Paradigm. Today I'm going to show you 5 excellent title animation making processes. These animations don't use any plugin or external tool. All are made with the available tools in After Effects. Let's move towards first one. In this tutorial, I'm going to show how you can create a bouncy text animation inside of After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition for this animation, which is going to be of a standard size 1920 by 1080 pixels and 30 frames per second. And take the composition to 10 seconds long. Press the OK. Before writing any text, add the background of your choice. Create a new solid layer of your choice color. Write the text that you want. I'm typing bump word. Align the word to the center of the composition. Also, move the anchor point to the center. You can do it by clicking the pan behind the tool 2 times with holding Ctrl button. Toggle the properties of text down and add the position property, and also add a property of opacity. Set the position to 100. And set the opacity down to 0. Then go into the range selector. Go to 1 second to create a keyframe on the offset. Set this all the way up to 100. Go back and set this all the way up to -100. Go into Advanced Properties. Set the shape to ramp up and set the ease low all the way up to 100, and now we have a nice looking animation. Let's add one more animator. Go to Animator and add Position property. Go into the range selector and let's create an offset animation. Go 5 frames forward and set offset to -100. Create a keyframe. Go to 1 second up and set the offset to 100. Set the position property to something about 40. In advanced properties of this, also change the setting to ramp up. This time I'm going to set the ease high and ease low to about 40 for both. There we have a pretty cool and nice looking bouncy text or title animation. Let's move towards our second great animation. Animation in After Effects. So we are here in After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition for this animation, which is going to be of a standard size 1920 by 1080 pixels and 30 frames per second. And take the composition to 10 seconds long. Press the OK. Before writing any text, add the background of your choice. Right-click and create a new solid layer. Then, we have to write in the text that we want to animate. Take the Type tool. And type the text, whatever text you want. I'm going to type in next. Align the text and anchor point to the center of the composition. Layer. Toggle the text properties down. Go to Add and add Enable per character 3D. Go to Animate and also add a rotation. Also, add the property of a scale. Because we have added 3D property, that is why we have X, Y, and Z rotation. Let's set the scale to something like 60%. Also, set the X rotation to -90 and Y rotation to +45. Also take the opacity down to 0. Now if I go into my range selector to animate it. Move the time pin to about 2 seconds. Set the offset to 100 and add the keyframe at that point. Go back to 0 and add a keyframe of -100. Go into the advanced properties and change the shape to ramp up and set the ease high and ease low all the way up to 100%. Let's add one more animator property of scale to animator 2. Set the scale to around 120 to get the really interesting look to this. Go to about 1 second and 10 frames. Set the offset to about -100. Create a keyframe, then go to 3 seconds and set this to 100. Alright, go into the advanced properties and set this to ramp up and increase the ease high and ease low to 100. Also, turn the randomize order on. Got to transform. Create keyframes on opacity like that it is fully visible at 1 second. Now if I preview this, you can see this is beautiful good-looking animation called 3D boom animation. Let's move towards our third interesting animation. After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition for this animation, which is going to be of a standard size of 1920 by 1080 pixels. Adjust 30 frames per second. And take the composition to 10 seconds long. Press the OK. Write the text that you want. I'm typing shape word. Align the word to the center of the composition. Also, move the anchor point to the center. You can do it by clicking the pan behind the tool 2 times with holding the control button. In this technique, we are going to work with shapes. Pick the rectangle tool for that. And draw a rectangle at the start of the text. Hold the shift button of your keyboard so that it will be an exact square size. Off the stroke of the text and add the fill color of your choice. Now hit P of your keyboard to unhide the position property of shape. Add a keyframe on the position at 4 seconds. After that, move the time pin to 0 and also move the shape to the other side of the text manually. Just like this. We can also add a keyframe to scale. For that, hit S on your keyboard and at the start after 10 frames create a keyframe. Move the time pin to 0 again and add keyframes. And then scale the shape to 0%. So what we will do now is to select the main title and then take the rectangle tool. Make sure that the title layer is selected and create a mask that covers up your complete title. Then in the layer panel, open the properties of mask 1 and add a keyframe for the mask path at the place where the shape is at 100 points. Move the time pin so that the shape is forward to the last letter of the title. What we will do here is to move the mask's left side onto the shape like that. Also, don't forget to change the setting of the mask from none to subtract. Now at the end, create a beautiful background that you like. Create a new solid and move it below to all the layers. Let's move towards our fourth interesting title animation. By creating a new composition for this animation, which is going to be of a standard size 1920 by 1080 pixels and 30 frames per second. and take the composition to 10 seconds long. Press the OK. First, create a beautiful background of your choice. Go to Layer. Create a new solid. Write the text that you want. I'm typing the next word. Align the word to the center of the composition. Also, move the anchor point to the center. You can move anchor point to the center by clicking the pan behind tool 2 times with holding control of your keyboard. So now we have our basic title here. Open up its properties. And here you can see there's a tab here called Animate. We can click on this button here. And I'm going to add scale property. And at 0 seconds set the scale to 0%. Open up the range selector and add a keyframe to start. Move forward to about 1.5 seconds and change the start ratio from 0 to 100%. Now we have our basic title animation ready. Again, go to the animator and add another scale property. At the second property of scale, the text is up more. Again, go to range selector. Move the time pin to 10 frames and add the keyframe for the start. Move about 1 second more and change the start to 100%. Again, add more property. Select the animator one. Go to ADD and add the position. And just lower down the position without adding a keyframe. So now each letter is coming from below. This is the nice and easy way to create animation using range selector of animation properties. You can just create your custom animation through using this. Let's move towards our 5th great ramp up animation. So we are here in After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition for this animation, which is going to be of a standard size 1920 by 1080 pixels and 30 frames per second. And take the composition to 10 seconds long. Press the OK. Before anything, add the background of your choice. Right-click on the layer panel. Then go to New and add a new solid. Select the color of your choice. First, we have to write in the word that we want to animate. Take the text type tool. And type in whatever text you want. I'm going to type in paradigm. Align the text to the center of the screen. Also, take the anchor point to the center. Toggle the properties of text down and go to Animator. Click on the Add. Go into the property and add tracking. Set the tracking amount to about -70. Add keyframe. Then go to about 2 seconds and retake the tracking amount to 0. One more thing I'm going to add is position property, which is going to add animator too. Let's go with something like -20. Then go to range selector. At around 20 frames, also add the offset keyframe of about -100. Move 1 second more and set this to +100. Now go into the advanced properties and set the shape to ramp up. Take the ease high and low of this 100%. To make it cooler, I can turn on the randomize order. If I change the ease high to 40%, it is cooler now. This is the ramp up animation. That's all for this lesson. Subscribe to our channel and also watch other great tutorials. Thanks for watching.